Coach, what is it about this team that has made it so effective away from home?
I think they're the defense. They're learning to rely on their defense to make plays and to keep them in basketball games. And I think we're shooting the ball a little bit better every day. But I think they really are starting to rely on their defensive effort to keep them in games.
And that was a concern for you at the end of the Bowling Green games, so you had to be happy.
It was, yeah, it really was, and I thought they responded. I was real happy with that. It's a good sign when you challenge kids and then you get to see a positive result from that challenge. And I think it shows a sign of maturity and a desire to get better. So I was very pleased with our effort at Ohio.
What is the week off with the way the team's playing a good thing at this point, or would you rather just keep going, have the opportunity to keep going?
No, we have plenty of things to work on. It's not like we're perfect. So I welcome the time off. We played a lot of games with a short turnaround, and we have been spending more time preparing than we have necessarily getting better. So this is a good week for us to get better at some things and really spend some time teaching and hopefully getting us ready, this time. And then after the Akron game, we have quite a few days off before we play again. So we've got some time in there to really try to get better. So for me, it's exciting. I'm sure the kids would rather play, but it's a good opportunity for us to get better.
Coach Slocum said that with everything that happens during finals week and graduation, you got to be away from home, for a considerable amount of time. I know that's nothing new, but when you got a week off, is that a concern?
It's just an obstacle. I don't know that it's as big of a concern as it is an obstacle. It's a little bit unique. Those set up for our graduation on Thursday, so we'll be in standby the last couple, end of this week, I guess, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So it's just, it's just something that you do. I don't know that it's a big deal or not, but it's just another part of the process of going through this week. Kids are studying, they've got a lot on their mind. There's several obstacles this week of practice.
Will you practice differently, Coach? Will the schedule be different? Make sure everyone that can study and do what they got to do?
Yeah, our schedule's significantly different. We'll be on the floor for about 45 minutes today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. And then Thursday we'll start a more typical practice routine as we get ready for Akron. So, yeah, it's a very weird week. It's the longest you go without playing games, and then you're not in your gym the whole time, and kids are coming and going for finals and things like that. So it's a very unique week of practice.
No such thing as moral victories, but you went toe-to-toe with BG for a majority of that game, kind of fell away at the end. What did you learn even from that game and the next one about your team this past week?
Well, BG's a really good team. They beat, I don't know who they played this week, but they beat somebody by 30 after they played us. So, they're a team that's going to go back to the tournament again for about the 5th or 6th straight year. And it was nice, in a sense, to play as well as we played against them for as long as we did. And in the same token, I think we learned what it takes to do that, and then I think we also got smacked in the face a little bit with the reality of it. We couldn't do it for 40 minutes to win the game. And then I thought at Ohio, we did a good job of being solid and playing with a lead and playing the same defense for 40 minutes and not having breakdowns. So, hopefully we took a little step forward within the week. And, obviously the win down there on the road was a big win for us. But I think they're showing a lot of character every time we go out on the floor.
What about Heidi Schlegel just stepping up as the secondary reliable option for Andy?
Yeah, I think that's exactly what she is. She's very reliable. She's a kid that's got a great understanding of what we're trying to do offensively and defensively. Reads screens very well, is able to score at the basket, is able to score at the three-point line, and just as importantly, is able to rebound the ball for us, which is something that we had trouble with. We still are having some trouble with it, but it was a glaring problem in the past, and she's helped close that gap a little bit. And we've been able to play Brandy a little bit less, been able to play Tiara a lot less, and get still valuable minutes out of both of them. And I think we've been a lot more productive in those, what you call our post spots, since Heidi's been able to play for us.
Do you see a relief, not a relief, but just a betterment in the offense, that it's not it's not just Brandy, you know, that now you've got Heidi and you've got Kenya at 9 points a game. I mean, is this offense considerably better because of those people stepping up?
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. We're a lot more well-rounded. I think when we prepare for teams and we see one kid that scores all their points, they're pretty easy to stop. When you prepare for teams that see 3 or 4 kids scoring, you know, those are things that make you scratch your head as a coach trying to figure out what you're going to take away, who you're going to key on, you know, who you're going to take your chances with, and things of that sort. And I think our players, you know, across the board, even with players like Liz and Monica that are coming in and shooting the ball well, are causing more stress on defenses than it appears than just having Brandy try to go score.
Guys good?
Good. Yeah, I don't know, is it too early to talk about Akron at all, and
Oh, yeah.
what their challenges may be?
Well, they score a lot. You know, and they're almost the polar opposite of what we saw at Ohio. You know, Ohio was a team that really gets to the basket. Didn't have a lot of kids that shoot threes well. And now Akron comes in, and almost across the board, you look at their stats, they just seems like everybody who puts on a uniform shoots threes and really tries to stretch you out. You know, Ohio runs a couple plays. Akron runs, I don't know, 50, 60 plays. You know, so you're going to see a bunch of different sets. You're going to see more shooters than you saw just a couple days ago down at Ohio. You know, so it's a contrast. And again, you know, we talk about this a lot, about playing different styles, and it's good for us to have to guard different sets and be able to go from one thing to the next relatively quickly. Now, fortunately, we've got a week to get ready for them, and hopefully we can, you know, use this time wisely to try to get ready for those sets and the different looks we're going to see from them.
Remind you of anybody you've already been exposed to?
Boy, I really, you know, maybe BG and the fact that they put that many shooters on the floor. But you know, they run more sets than anybody we've seen, and it'll be just interesting on how many of those sets we can digest and really figure out how to guard without becoming overwhelming this week.